So you want to design 3D printed products. Let's talk about that for just a little bit. So getting into 3D design is much like getting into any other kind of thing. You go, you grab some software, and then you start poking at it and watching video tutorials until you figure out how to do it. But that's really the way it is. Very often, what you need to start out with is just Google a couple of things and figure out what you want to build, see if anybody else is doing something similar, and then figure out how they did it and maybe emulate a little bit. For us, generally what we recommend for people who are working with 3D printing for the first time is a software called Tinkercad. And Tinkercad is a very simple online software made by Autodesk that allows you to drag and drop cubes and spheres and cylinders, but also dimension them so that you can make dimensioned and sized parts. But it's very easy to learn how to use. You don't have to know that a tool is hidden underneath some menu or something like that. What you see is what you get. So you're able to learn how to mess with 3D models in that. And then if you happen to have a 3D printer, you can actually print them out and see what comes out and learn that process that direction. As you become a little bit more advanced, you can move into true CAD packages. And CAD is computer-aided design, which is 3D modeling inside of a computer. For those type of things, you're probably looking at either Autodesk, generally Autodesk 360 or Autodesk Inventor, or SolidWorks. All of these are reasonably expensive. Autodesk 360 is about $100 to $300 to purchase a license for. Sometimes you can find promotion where you can get it for free. Autodesk Inventor is not, unless you're a student. In that case, you can give your .edu email address and that will give you a license to Autodesk Inventor. SolidWorks sometimes has similar promotions. But those are the softwares that you want to work with if you want to do true, high-quality engineering 3D modeling. Now, suppose you're interested in character design. You want to make a dragon or a wizard or a knight or some kind of a D&D model, something along those lines. Then you want to look at software packages like Blender or ZBrush. ZBrush is commercial, Blender is free. So those are the two types of tools to learn for that. And all of these softwares, again, there's no secret to learning any one of them. Go on YouTube, start looking at tutorials, following tutorials to learn to do what you want to do. But those are kind of the ways to get started and then kind of advance into increasingly complex softwares. And then once you have mastered the software, then you might move into actually design for the process, which is if you're going to make something out of wood, you would design it differently than if you were making something out of metal. And the same is true for 3D printing. If you're making a 3D printed object, you need to design for 3D printing. And the eccentricities that it has and how it makes parts, things like overhangs that need support, you might want to chamfer, and so on and so forth. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. That's one of the things to learn. But design for 3D printing or design for whatever your manufacturing process is a nuanced skill that you learn after getting all the baseline skills of how to use CAD and that kind of thing. So hopefully that gives you kind of an overview of what you need to do and kind of steps that you can take towards designing a 3D printed product that you could potentially submit on Angle. Have a great day, everybody.